Hi, this is Alina, and welcome to Veggies and More. I'm a registered dietitian, and I also happen to be a new mom. And recently, my little one turned 8 weeks old, and we decided to celebrate by taking our first family trip to Ibiza. Now, I know that it's not always easy to eat well when on the go, and even less so when you're traveling. So I thought I'd use this video to share some tips that I personally use to continue eating well when I'm away from home. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm on holiday, everything seems to take at least 5 times longer than usual. So what I find super handy is to have at least some nutritious foods or snacks on hand to hold me over until we get out the door and find a restaurant that we want to eat at. And that's why I always try to pick an accommodation that has a kitchen or at the very least, a mini fridge. Even if you're not a fan of cooking while you're on holiday, having access to a kitchen or a fridge can make it really handy when it comes to flexibility with your meals and your snacks. For example, on this particular trip, our fridge kept fruits, vegetables, smoothies cold, and the kitchen came in particularly handy for those days where our little girl was too tired to sit through a whole restaurant meal. Planes and airports are certainly not renowned for their nutritious food options. And instead of resigning myself to whatever they have to offer, I personally prefer to pack my own food. Now, to keep this as simple as possible, I start by planning around our travel times. So for instance, we flew to Ibiza around lunch. So we had a nutritious, healthy breakfast at home, and then I packed some wraps, some hummus, and some veggies to have on the plane. And I also made sure to pack some extra nut and fruit bars and some fruit rolls that we could snack on either on the plane or at our destination so that they would hold us over until we made it to our accommodation. On the way back, we flew around dinner time, and that meant that I packed a meal salad that we enjoyed while waiting to board the plane, and also some fresh fruit and some trail mix to snack on. Now, what you can and cannot pack will depend on your country of residence and also whether it is domestic or an international flight. But personally, I never had any issue with any foods I packed as long as I finished eating them before I stepped off the plane. Once at our destination, one of the very first things I do is try to locate a supermarket that's close to our accommodation. And then I make a quick pit stop to stack up on more snacks, foods, fresh fruits, veggies, and some drinks. As a general rule, I aim to prep at least one of the day's meals myself, be it breakfast, lunch, or dinner. This is not only easier on the wallet, but it also gives me the peace of mind of knowing that I have at least one nutrient-packed meal each day. Even if you're not planning on cooking while you're on holiday, going to the supermarket will help you discover some delicious local foods and snacks that you can pack to keep you energized throughout the day and between the day's activities. Trying out local cuisine must be one of my favorite things while I'm on holiday. But eating out so often can be challenging. One thing about restaurant meals is that they tend to contain more fat, more salt, less fiber, and less vitamins and minerals than meals that you would have prepared yourself at home. So to somewhat counter this, what I try to do is follow one simple rule, and that's to fill at least half of my plate with vegetables. This not only helps me feel fuller for longer, it also reduces the chances that I overeat, and it ensures that I don't skimp out on vitamins and minerals when on the road, despite indulging in the delicious local cuisine. I know that when on holiday, it's easy to get carried away from all the excitement of the new things that you're seeing and all the fun things that you're discovering, and either skip a meal or simply forget to eat. And this is particularly challenging if you, for example, sleep in, which can disturb the whole eating pattern for the day. I personally know that when I don't eat, I get cranky, I get tired, I get hungry, and this really makes it difficult to enjoy my surrounding environments and enjoy the beauty of the place that I'm trying to discover. So one tip that I try to follow is to continue eating on a regular schedule, even if the schedule varies slightly from the one I'm accustomed to at home. For instance, it's no problem to have breakfast later in the day if you sleep in. But if you do so, try to also adjust the rest of the meals. So for example, if you have your breakfast at 10 instead of your usual 8 o'clock, then you might want to have your lunch around 2 instead of 12, and your dinner around 8 instead of 6, and plan for your snacks in between there accordingly. Or another alternative is to combine meals. So for example, combine your breakfast and your lunch together into a brunch that you have around 10 o'clock, and then plan for 1 or 2 snacks to hold you over until it's dinner time. And if you have the tendency to go to bed later than you would at home, an evening snack may also be in order. I hope these 5 tips will help you eat well on your future travels. If you found them useful, do let me know in the comments below. That's it for today. Until next time, ciao ciao!